Well, greeting travelers. Welcome back. My name is RuneSlinger87 here, and today I wanted to go ahead and bring to you guys my short review and impressions of Doom the Dark Ages. What's there to say about it? Really, this was a game that I was not anticipating liking. I know that the Doom IP came from id Software, and I love them. I know that Bethesda had a helping hand in it, and the moment I found out that Bethesda had a helping hand in it, I was a little nervous. Um, but this is why I really support and like Game Pass. I do appreciate the fact that I got to play it without having to buy it. I mean, really, when you think about it, you're paying for it in as much as every month I'm paying $20. But there is enough of a library to go ahead and support uh, that want to go ahead and continue paying the $20. But this isn't about Microsoft. Let's go ahead and jump into to Doom. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and give that little tidbit because it's one of those things where if you have Game Pass, I definitely think it's worth the download. If you're on the fence or financially not wanting to drop that kind of money on games right now, it's definitely worth the $20 to go ahead and pick up Game Pass. But yeah, when it comes to the Doom Dark Ages, I was a little bit hesitant as a person who came from playing the original Doom, Doom 2, Doom 3. Let's see, I also played, of course, the 2016 version of Doom. I, however, did not play very much of Eternal, but from what I hear, there is a lot of mechanics and feel of Eternal in here. And certainly I can say that I felt it from the 2016 version of Doom, which I loved. Now, your mileage is going to vary a little bit on that. And what I mean by that is much like how Dark Souls and Bloodborne are in the same From Soft uh, Dark Souls class of games. Uh, the difference being Bloodborne is very fast paced, very aggressive, and that's how you play the game. That's the theme, right? Dark Souls, that's a little bit slower pace, more defensive, learning how to parry. Yeah, sure, you're gonna go ahead and do some offense. Now, where that really comes in is in Doom Dark Ages, you run and gun, right? This is a Doom game, right? But it does feel a little bit more defensive. Uh, you definitely have that shield. The shield for me really makes the game. I love the chainsaw shield. Uh, this is me learning how to go ahead and use it. There, like I said, there was a learning curve, right? I also played this on both Xbox as well as PC. Now, I enjoy PC more, but that's because I can crank out the higher frame uh, FPS and it's just a little bit faster pace. Now, in some ways, I need to go ahead and adjust my settings because the mouse and keyboard is my preferred method. But I have my mouse setting too high, I believe, because I had a hard time keeping up, and sometimes I moved faster than what I should. But uh, the other thing is, I really haven't played first person shooter since Doom 2016. And at that, it was one of those like I beat the game and I never picked it up again. Not because it's bad, but first person shooter is not really my thing. So there was a bit of a an adjustment learning the movements for me. But once I got that down, man, that shield is a lot of fun. The whole game experience, Doom, from the couple of hours that I've tinkered with it so far, I've had a really great time. I would say honestly, I'm about midway through, maybe a little bit less than that. But I wanted to go ahead and push out the review because I didn't want people to pass on this, just because of it being made by Bethesda and Microsoft, and you know um, that isn't who actually worked on the game themselves. So I feel like I think that this will be one of the more played first person shooters, as long as the marketing kind of goes off. I know that Microsoft kind of has really also shit the bed with their price increases and everything like that. That's gonna turn off a lot of people from trying. I do have a video about that, and I would like to elaborate more on that because I honestly feel like Microsoft strategically increase their price of their games. Now, I know a lot of companies out there are saying, well, the tariffs are what causes us to increase the rate because we don't know what the tariffs are going to be. And while that may have a factor, really I think that Microsoft increased their prices to encourage more people to play Game Pass. Now, keeping it 100, I'm a-okay with Game Pass. There's going to be some games that I go ahead and purchase because I like the franchise and I like the IP. But when it comes to Doom, I think the Doom franchise is fun. It's amazing. I like the gameplay, but I don't like it enough to spend $80 to $100. Uh, but if you ask me about role playing or action role play, yeah, I'll drop the special edition money, um, and not so much necessarily to have early access or any of the knickknacks. I just like the IP and I want to support it. But that's just me, and that's not everybody. Um, But yeah, this on PC was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun on it with the Xbox as well. Xbox, no complaints. Controller was great, and in fact, I was a bit more accurate with the Xbox controller only because the sensitivity was turned a little bit down from what my mouse and keyboard is. I should have adjusted that, but when I started playing, and this is how I know I had fun, I was too busy to want to adjust the controller because the controls, excuse me. Because while the mouse sensitivity I feel like was higher than what I should have been, it wasn't so bad to the point where I had to go ahead and stop playing the game to go ahead and make those adjustments. Uh, Now, as far as the story and all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna keep the spoilers out just because I don't want there to be very much. So I'm not gonna speak on the gameplay. I'm sorry, not on the gameplay, on the storyline. Um, I'll just leave it at the gameplay, phenomenal that I've got so far. When it comes to the storyline, I'm intrigued. I like it. Um, I think it's definitely, Doom is about the forces of hell. So like it really mostly boils down to like good versus evil and the dark side of humanity, right? And I'm certain that that's going to be in here. But what I know so far, like I really enjoyed that it has, well, that is baked in the cake. Um, there's more to it than that. So it's definitely more complex than the good versus evil trope. Um, so yeah, guys, like this is really worth picking up, in my opinion. Now, when it comes to if you should buy it or not, I would, but if you don't enjoy first person shooter, personally, I would go ahead and pick it up on Game Pass, download it. Even if you don't have uh, an Xbox, you can play it on PC. Um, I heard in the work that they're looking to go ahead and try to get that added to other devices. I have seen the ability to play on tablets and things like that, but I just don't think playing Doom you're going to get the same experience that you would in Xbox or a place. I'm sorry, an Xbox or a PC. Hopefully one day it goes, and it being Game Pass, I doubt it, but it would be pretty neat if Sony either had Game Pass, or I know that they have their version of it, but it would be nice as a consumer to have access to all platform games. Never been a big fan of exclusivity, and that's kind of going away a little bit, but different video for different time. So let me go ahead and bring this back home, and you know, uh, is it worth it a download? Oh, absolutely, 150%. Is it worth purchasing? I would say yes. As long as you know what you're getting, you are getting a first person shooter. It is a little bit faster pace, but I think that it's enjoyable. So guys, that's all I've got for today. I appreciate you guys checking in. And if you have any other games that you'd like me to go ahead and take a look at, I'm happy to go ahead and review a few, and just kind of make a thing of this. So I will catch you guys next time. Please like, share, subscribe, all those good things. And then I will see you guys next time. I've got a few different podcasts coming up, as well as a couple other videos that I'm going to go ahead and make. So keep an eye out for those. Until next time, guys, we'll see you next time in the tavern. The doors will be swinging. We're going to have a good time. Uh, I will see you guys next time. That is, of course, unless the world doesn't come to an end first.